Today I want to talk about something that seems to be rather absurd. Does your United States birth certificate have an expiration? Yes, you heard me right. Does it have an expiration? And we're not talking about your death. Does your birth certificate have an expiration? Mine was issued at the date of birth from the hospital in a large city in Michigan when I was born. At the hospital, I was delivered there by C-section. My mother and my father were very good upper end middle class people, and they got the deluxe package birth certificate. Footprints, fingerprints, all that good stuff, all the cutesy stuff. And emblem, stamp on it, looked to be notarized, all that good stuff. And they kept that in their safety deposit box. And then when I became an adult, I received it and I kept it in my safe. We used it for all the stuff for registering for school, college, getting my doctorate degree, joining the Navy, all the federal, state, and local governments that needed it. Pulled it out, they used it, made copies, took pictures, put it back away. And for 60 years, my birth certificate was perfect. Today, it expired. Yes, you heard me right. I'm not dead, but my birth certificate expired. And what does that mean? I found out that it's no longer any good. I went in to get my marriage certificate. 33 days before the marriage, you can go in and apply for your marriage certificate. Now, if you're like me, you plan your marriage out 6 months to 2 years in advance. In this case, a year. And you plan it out. Then you go down to get your marriage license with all the documents they require from both parties. And being that it's COVID, you went ahead and made all the arrangements via online. Jumped through all their changing hoops and finally got down there for my appointment. Only one of us could go, so I went. Had all the documents with me. My spouse to be went to get the birth certificate, couldn't find it, so they applied for another one after talking with her mom, and went applied through the state and paid $64 to have it, rushed. And it was like 6 weeks to 2 months later, we received the birth certificate. And we actually had to put off our wedding because we didn't know when the birth certificate was going to come in. So it finally showed up out of the blue. Now, we paid for expedient service. I don't think that was too expedient to you. So we went ahead and made our date for everything at the church and outdoor wedding and all that, and insisted everybody wear a mask and everybody practice social distancing. So we limited how many people were standing up and all that. And we're really strict in who gets to come. Then I went down for the marriage license. And lo and behold, my birth certificate that doesn't have a stain, a wrinkle, a fold, crease mark, nothing, in perfect condition from the time it was ordered to the time I went to use it. I took that out, put it into the folder with all the required information that I needed, and went down to get the marriage certificate. When I finally got to the lady who came out of their office, and their office windows are completely blocked, so you can't see in them at all. Very non. Let's just put it this way: it looked like a second grader blocked the windows because it was just terrible, just no class to it at all. Downtown Detroit, Wayne County, and the lady came out and took our stuff, and then 5 minutes later came out. Well, I'm sorry, do you have a passport? And I said, yes, I do, but it's expired. Why? Well, because we can't take your birth certificate. Well, what do you mean you can't take my birth certificate? Well, it was issued by the hospital that you were born at. Yes, in a city, and okay. And she said, well, we can't take it. Well, why not? Well, we have to have a state certified copy of your birth certificate. Now, mind you, I joined the Navy. I went to school, college, doctorate degree, everything. Used that birth certificate numerous times when need be, made copies, took pictures, put it back away, everything. And now all of a sudden, because I want to get legally married, I can't do it because my birth certificate, which has my footprints, all that good stuff on it, gold emblem, raised up, stamped, all that, is no longer any good. It must have expired. But no, it's not good enough because it's not certified by the state. Well, the state wasn't at my birth, so how could they certify that indeed I was born at that time, at that date, in that city, in the state of Michigan, by my parents? How could they certify that when they weren't there? It sounds to me like a lie. Well, I had to go ahead and apply for my birth certificate from the state. What did that mean? Well, not only did I have problems with COVID, not only did I have problems having to change the date the first time because of my spouse's birth certificate, but now we had to change it again because of my birth certificate. It seems to have expired. It was no longer any good after 60 years. And I told her that it was disgusting that they would ruin my wedding because they wanted a state certified birth certificate. Even though I got to join the Navy, went through schools, went and gave this to every government official possible, and yet now, when I want to get married, it's no longer any good. They have to have a state certified copy of my birth certificate, even though none of those people who are going to sign it can certify that I was actually born at the said time, place, and all that. So they want to issue me a piece of paper, charge me money, and lie on it. So beware. Your birth certificate might be expired. Don't forget to look up what certified copy means.